Anybody is still using nappies, guy? Comment in the comment section below. Let me know if anybody is still using nappies. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Devon and it's all about the babies. Yes, it's all about the babies. So today, your girl is here with more information how to take care of your baby and make sure all their development are met. So today we are going to talk about how to know if your baby is getting enough milk. So a lot of time mothers will wonder, am I feeding him or her enough? How can I know? Oh, and this is another thing that they always wonder when they're wondering if the baby's getting enough milk. They also wonder, how often should I feed the baby to ensure that the baby is always full and the baby is not being starved or is not being hungry. How can I know this? There's a lot of ways mothers can take to know these things, but today I'm going to give you some simple tips and strategies that you can look for whenever you finish feeding your baby or during feeding your baby to know if your baby is getting enough milk. So we can't see how much milk is going into the baby's tummy. No, we can't. But by following these signs, you will definitely be sure that they are feeding well. Yes, if you follow all these signs that I'm about to say, mothers, you will definitely make sure your baby is feeding well. So the first sign we're going to talk about that you should look for to ensure that your baby is getting enough milk is that your baby is feeding at least 8 to 12 times in 24 hours. So if your baby is feeding 8 to 12 times in 24 hours, the baby comes off your breast when they are ready and seems settled and content in between feeds, which may be frequent. We can look for to see if the baby is getting enough milk by making sure that your baby is feeding at least 8 to 12 times in one day, and that is 24 hours. The second sign we can look for to ensure that our baby is getting enough milk is breastfeeding feels more comfortable to the mothers. So mother, if you're breastfeeding your baby and it feels comfortable and pain-free, let down, when your breast is full and the baby starts sucking, you might feel a little pain at first, but not a lot, or a little pinch, not so much as a pain. Maybe pain, the letdown may be painful, but this only lasts half a minute. It only lasts half a minute. It doesn't last that long. Okay, mothers? The third one we're going to look on. The third sign we're going to look on is your breast feels softer and less full after feeds. So if after your feed, your breast feels less full, it's not that stiff anymore, it's not that hard, this is also a definitely sign to say your baby is getting enough milk and you're producing enough to satisfy your baby, and your baby is definitely getting a full tummy after each feed. The fourth one is your nipple looks the same shape after you have feed your baby, not squashed, pinched, or white. However, if you have flat or inverted nipples, your nipple is more likely to be drawn out after a feed. So it might look like a snout, something that somebody's sucking on and something that is there to let out. It won't look flat like if you're not breastfeeding sometimes, or if you're not aroused sexually, then your nipples sometimes will be flat. But if you are breastfeeding or during breastfeeding and little after breastfeeding, after you pull the baby away, then you will see that snout of a nipple, a point that the baby was latching on to. The fifth one is your baby looks healthier. He or she has a healthier color. So sometimes most times babies come out with a lighter complexion if the baby is going to have dark skin. But sometimes you can notice if the baby is getting enough milk, if the baby skin look very flourish, look very full, it have a healthy color, it doesn't look too pale. And we know that one sign of dehydration is when the skin looks dry. Okay, so if the baby looks the baby skin look healthy and look the color look full, then we know that this is a sign that the baby is definitely getting enough milk. The sixth sign we're going to look on today is your baby is alert when they are awake and readily wakes for a feed. So some mothers, when they have a newborn, they feed the baby 2 to 3 hours. It depends on you, the mother. A newborn can eat either every 2 hours or every 3 hours. As the baby keep growing, I did that in a previous video. You can also go and check that out. As the baby grow older, you can extend the time the baby eats to every 4 hours. But newborns gradually eat every 2 to 3 hours. So if when the baby is near coming the 3 hours, if the baby's on a 3-hour schedule, the baby gets up, looking around, patiently waiting for the feed, then you know that the baby is full from the previous feed before and he or she is getting enough milk. But if the baby is screaming, going up to the 3 hours, then you know that the baby was not full and the baby was not content. Okay, guys? The seventh one that we're going to look at is your baby has 1 or 2 heavy wet nappies or diapers. I don't think nappies are using anymore. Anybody is still using nappies, guys? Comment in the comment section below and let me know if anybody is still using nappies. I did not use nappy. Definitely did not. I don't even see nappies anymore. Do you see nappies anymore? I think not straying away, but I think I saw some what they call these nowadays, some burp cloth looking like nappies. They're really big. They look similar like nappies. But guys, tell me what you think. Do people still use nappies? However, let's get back to it. Let's get back to the signs. The seventh sign is your baby has 1 or 2 heavy wet nappies or diapers in the first 48 hours. Once they are over 5 days old, they have 5 or 6 heavy wet diapers or nappies. So you see that the baby is passing fluid. So the baby is peeing more. The baby is passing fluid. So yes, this is a sign to say the baby is getting enough milk. The eighth sign that we're going to talk about today is by 5 days, your baby's poos are a yellow mustard color and they are dry. They are doing 2 poos around the size of a 2-pound coin every 24 hours. So let me disclaimer, it's not, if your baby does not poo 2 times for the day, this does not necessarily mean the baby is not getting enough food, but this is a sign also can indicate that the baby is not getting enough milk. 9, you can see that the baby is swallowing while they are feeding and they may seem to be latched on properly. So you can watch your baby mouth or the jaw when the baby is sucking. You see the baby mouth, jaw going up and down, going. So you can watch it when the baby is sucking and you see that the baby has a good latch and the baby is definitely swallowing. And they may seem to be latched on properly. You will be able to hear the baby swallowing more clearly too once your milk has come in. So if your milk has come in properly, then you will definitely hear the baby swallowing as he or she is sucking away. 10, the final sign that we're going to look at today is your baby changes rhythm while sucking and pauses during feeds. They should start feed again when they are ready. So when sucking the breast, the baby will be tired because the jaw is moving and the muscles are working. So if the baby is getting enough milk within the first 15 minutes of sucking, our 7.5 minutes of sucking, the baby might stop sucking and rest his or her jaw for a minute or less. And then once the baby is ready to feed again, the baby will start feeding again. So these are all signs to indicate that your baby is getting enough milk. Please follow these signs and comment down below if you think your baby is getting enough milk, yes or no. It's your girl Devon. Remember to share, Subscribe if you haven't joined our family as yet. Give my video a thumbs up and see you next time with some more tips and information about the baby.